welcome back to another video, and today is just a bit of a brief video, well hopefully quite a short video, just giving a really quick update about where's the FN2, why I haven't uploaded in like nearly 2 years or 2 years, and just a really quick rundown of my current car. So you saw a preview of it in the last video at that event in York called The Run. So yeah, just a really quick video and I'll just jump straight in. So, where to begin? I no longer have the FN2, as is probably relatively obvious, because I sold it. What happened was, I was having a really good time with it on the channel. I love that car to bits, still do. And I eventually supercharged it. So I went to TDI North and spoke to them. And I was like, you know, I want some more power. And I've been told by a couple people that unless you spend a lot of money, turbo FN2s have a tendency to blow up. I think it's something about keeping them cool and things like that. So I ended up getting a TTS supercharger kit, put it on the FN2 and I absolutely loved it. It made 360 horsepower initially at TDI North, it was like 362 or something. Mapped by Paul West on his Marlin ECU. Can't recommend him highly enough. And then eventually the supercharger broke. Something went really wrong on the internals with it. I think it was basically knackered. So I sent it off to get fixed, and in the process put some bigger impellers in, made it stronger, and we ended up making like 400. So that was awesome. It was really, really good to get more PSI out of it. A lot of fun to drive. The car got a lot of attention. I'll try and put in some videos if I have some pictures of the car now. So yeah, it was an awesome car, loved every minute of it. However, I got bored. I know that's a really strange thing to say. I just got bored of it. So I was like, okay, sold the supercharger, and then I was like, oh, maybe I could turbo it, but I wasn't in like the correct financial place to do so, being a student at the time. So found someone who wanted the car as a non-runner and sold it to a guy called Blake. Awesome guy. The car is now an NA car around Manchester, I think he lives. Occasionally speak to him, so yeah, fond memories of the car. After that, I was looking around for a car and wanted an actual import. I really wanted an import, but again, financially I couldn't really afford a really awesome import. However, I found an Altezza Gita. Very strange, I know. Basically, it's a Lexus IS200 Sport Cross, so it had the 1GFE engine in it, 6-cylinder, first 6-cylinder car. Found that, it was really cool. Everything was on the wrong side because it was an import. Spoke Japanese to you. I was like, oh cool, rare car, so I bought that. Put some coilovers on it, some alloys and an exhaust. Yeah, it was fun to own, it was quite rare, it was interesting. People asking what it was, but it wasn't a Honda. I missed the Honda. So I started looking around for another Honda, and I have wanted a classic Honda since I was maybe 11 or 12, watching, you know, American YouTube videos like Boosted Boys and stuff like that, with old Hondas in the 90s, with engine swaps, racing other cars that they shouldn't be racing. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do that. Spent ages looking around for one, and I finally found my EG. So this is a 1994 EG Coupe, not an 85 like I said in the last video. I stumbled my words. As you can probably tell by the noise in here, it's not standard at all. In fact, it's the least standard car I've ever owned, and I did a lot to the FN2. So I'm going to do a brief video on it in this one, have a little walk around with the car, just to give you guys an impression of what I have now. So here it is. This is my 1994 Honda Civic EG Coupe. As you can tell, it's very dirty and it's very bright out here, so hopefully the GoPro's picking this up okay. But yes, here it is. I'll be cleaning it later today, so you will have to excuse the dirt, but I mean, here it is. Not much to say really. It's a Honda Civic, so you know, pretty lame. Have a quick walk around of the car here. Now, as you can definitely tell, this is very much not standard. So it actually started life as a red, completely standard EG, and it's only been this way for 3 years or so. I purchased it from a man in Newport, Wales, so I actually drove down and came back the same day in it. When I picked it up, it had a couple issues, like wiring issues, and it was misfiring a little bit because of what was it? I can't remember what it was, but I'm working with Chris at CF Autoworks, who you heard me shout out in the last video, who you will be seeing a lot with this car. Gave it to him, he's an absolute wizard with Civics, anything Honda really. Worked it all out, so now it's running perfect. So yeah, a very quick rundown. So as you can tell, it's got a smooth custom front bumper, which looks quite terrible, but I actually really like it. It's got the US spec lights, we've got some semi-slicks, we've got some, I think, what they called, AZ or something, AZ, I can't remember, alloys with the Brembo pads, drilled and grooved discs and everything. The VTEC sticker, because you need everyone to know that you've got VTEC. Skunk 2 Mega exhaust. We've got the what's this, is it a Golden Eagle? I think it's a Golden Eagle brand rear bumper with the holes cut, fiberglass bonnet boot. A terrible, this is going to be coming off soon, a terrible sunroof delete. And inside the car, real quick, we've got the DC2 Type R red Recaro seats with the Takata 4-point harnesses on. We've got a Kobe steering wheel, an Etman shifter, proper 90s Honda. We've got purple dash, very Need for Speed. In the back there is no interior, so we've got the braces and stuff and basically bare metal. So yeah, it feels very garbagey, which is kind of what I wanted. So I wanted a really terrible looking kind of poor Civic because of what's under the bonnet, and that's the plan with this car, is to maybe keep it this way for a year or two, and then, well, I'm not talking about future plans on this video, but I'll show you what's under the bonnet now. So here is under the bonnet. So this is an H22A engine from a Prelude. So this is a 2.2 litre dual overhead cam VTEC engine. This is from a 1992 Prelude. Yeah, when I got it, there was quite a few issues with it. So the wiring was all funky and stuff like that, and the alternator and things were bad. But as you can see, it's still got a long way to go. So we've got the famous Honda cable tie there, the Halfords battery, this exposed here, not a fan of that, so that's going to be changing as well. But yeah, it produced 200 horsepower on the dyno, like 205, so it's about 176 I think it was, to the wheel, with 208 newton meters of torque. And with these engines, compared to the K series, the VTEC change is quite a lot more noticeable. But I mean, after this video, I think next week I'm going to be changing a lot of the engine bay anyway, hopefully. That's the plan. So yeah, this is just a very quick video just to kind of show you the car that will be on the channel, my car this year. And lots of years to come, because I never want to get rid of it. And yeah, so I'm at Cars and Coffee tomorrow, so I'm going to go give the car a clean. I'll also post the full mod list in the description below for anyone that cares enough to have a quick flick through, because there is so much on this car that I always fail to remember, that it's probably just easier if I put a link in the video below. So yeah, there it is, my absolute dream project. I have wanted one of these since I was maybe 11 or 12 years old. So I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next one.